important, or what is the important role of foreign banks in India? So foreign bank is a bank which has headquarters in its host country, and it's a branch in a foreign country. Okay, that's we all discussed. So how it is very important with respect to role of foreign banks in India. So let's discuss with that one by one. So growing GDP. So what is GDP? We all know that GDP is gross domestic product, which explain the economic stability, or say the economic growth, which is one of the measurement which defines you what is the your economic stability in terms of growth. So somewhere with the entry of foreign banks in India, you see there's a movement of fund in the country. There's lots of FDI, foreign deposits coming into your country. So obviously you see there's for more credit created, more finance, more supply of money you see. So somewhere when you have more funding as an economy, so it somewhere helps you to grow in different projects and different areas of your region. So that's why somewhere role of entry of foreign banks in India helped in growing GDP. Okay, so ultimately it's an overall economic growth. It adds to an economic growth by giving the more supply of money. Okay, fast growing companies. So nowadays we have different, as a globalization, we have different companies establishing itself in different countries. So somewhere due to this reason, foreign banks are very much foreign banks are the one who are established themselves so that they can give their services to different multinational corporations and customers across worldwide. So that somewhere foreign banks helps us growing fast, in a faster phase with respect to multinational companies. Yes, because as with the establishment of foreign countries, we have a high range of high supply of money circulating in the economic. So somewhere it helps us growing in the multinational companies, which adds on to the economic development of that particular country. Okay, increase in FDI. As I told, when we have different branches established, so now if I have uh, an SBI banking in say US, so somewhere you receive that the host country is India for SBI. That is one public nationalized bank, public bank. Okay, so where you see when it is established in US, you see US people investing in that bank. So ultimately, it is somewhere reaching in India. So because as a banking function, as a primary function of banking, we have a concept of there's another primary function of any bank is you create a loan, you lend a loan to your customers. So somewhere you are attracting foreign deposits, or for the money from your the foreign country, so that you can invest the money in your country in order to in order to say economic, you can utilize that money for your economic development by lending with for the you know a huge business organizations which are into ultimately they are directly, or say contributing to in towards the economic development. So it adds on in growing GDP by circulating the money. The money is very important. If you do not have the money, then obviously as a business organization, we will not be into a situation in order to produce more and more products and circulating it in the economy. So somewhere so these banks, by establishing the banks in foreign banks in India, we see more supply of money, circulation of money, and credit creations. So that's how we see growing in terms of multinational companies. Okay, and increase in FDI, foreign deposits can be attracted by establishing foreign banks in India. So it's all it's an international trade. You attract the international customers here. Okay, next is enhanced competition in banking sector. So it creates a situation where competition among the region, where they try to develop themselves. There is a huge competition between foreign banks and private sector banking. Okay, so it is, so when there is a competition existing, so it's obvious that the system is it's prone to improve itself and improve its functioning and services towards the customers. Okay, let's move ahead. technology and skill transfer. As we are into a situation, or we are into a globalized era, so we have so when we are establishing in different countries, where you get into a involvement of different labors, yes, different pattern of employees who are working with a different skill set, different technology being used in that. See, somewhere, there is that some advanced technology where US banking is using, but somewhere it is not in India. But if what if we have the bank established in US and establishing its branch in India, so we get that transfer. Anyhow, the same technology is going to use in India by that bank. So somewhere we get that exposure in terms of technology, or say skill transfer. So when you establish your banks in foreign countries, there is a transfer of skilled employees, or the say it's an open market for the skilled employees or skill set which the employees can carrying, so they can also travel around and explore themselves, and I mean express themselves or involve their skill set in terms of performance of, or they can establish their career in worldwide. And as a banks, we can explore in terms of technological transfer from one country to another country. If you see any advanced technologies existing, with the help of globalization and entry of foreign banks, you can adopt those technological advancements in your banking system, or say your economic activities. Okay, both foreign and local banks has been investing on financial innovation. Okay, as I meant, enhancing competition in banking sector. So when there is a banking sector, when there is a competition, not only in banking sector, in any sectors, if you see and competition. Okay, so competition is what you want to be better than other, or the person whom you're competing in general terms. So obvious, when there is the banking sector is one of the very important organ of an economy, which drives the system of economy. Okay, so if you see this competition among the banking system, somewhere it leads to financial innovation. So how is, so you always try to keep yourself in a better way in terms of your competition. You always try to come up with new things, new services, new products, better system for your customers. So that's how both for foreign and local banks, with the competition system, or with the enhancement in the competition aspect in terms of banking sector, you see there is a lot of investing in terms of financial investment with respect to services, customers, reaching customers, expanding their services to the customers, expanding with respect to product, anything you consider, whatever the function. See, we saw a number of functions being functioned by the banking system. Or you might have any advanced system in terms of services, and as we have nowadays, the in India we use generally the advanced system is like electronic fund transfer system we have. So we have this RTGS, NEFT system, we have an IMPS system, we have, and we have UPI system. So we don't know, like with the global, with the help of globalization, or say entry of the foreign banks, we might get further more systems introduced in terms of banking. So that's what the system of banking, or say establishment of foreign banks, helps us to being innovative in terms of financial services or financial system in our country. Okay, this is all about this point. Moving ahead, modern banking services expanded. So now, as is earlier point we were discussing with respect to financial innovation. So when you're always focusing on investing on the innovations, creating better products to your customers, so it's obviously there is a there's a system, or there is always possibilities where you get your banking systems expanded. Okay, banking services expanded. Okay, so this is as I said, we as a banking institutions, we are the one who are going to lend money or create money, or say create credit for the public. So with the modern banking services, there would, you can see the expansion in terms of functioning of banking sectors in India. Okay, yeah. Moving ahead, we have enhanced customer satisfaction. So when you are much focused on your competition, competitive product, or say competitive banks, or and you focus on, you have always, a research team who are investing in terms of financial innovation, so that you can provide a better service or better product, or a better system as a bank, so that ultimately reaches your customers in terms of their satisfaction. So somewhere foreign banking creates an environment in terms of customer satisfaction. So it gives us, it enhances, it increases the satisfaction level of customers in terms of banking services, because it's always, we see technological advancement, we see the technically skill labors available, there's a huge pool of skills labor available, if there's a globalization concept. Okay, in the globalization concept, we see the skill labor available, there's a huge, we have a worldwide system, we have a worldwide where we can recruit any skilled labor which we feel is suitable for our organization. So with all these benefits, you can increase somewhere the customers satisfaction through the better services or an improved services in terms of banking services, or say banking functions. Okay, and moving ahead, we have foreign banks' participation in foreign exchange and money market contribute for deepening the financial system. So that's what, foreign banks helps us in terms of foreign exchange, money market contribute for deepening in financial system. When we have a huge financial a foreign deposits attraction, when we acquire, or say when we attract more so how, what are the things like how we can attract the deposits into our country? Is one way is the development of your economy, or the expansion of the business sector, or say certain industries. Investing on certain industries would attract, they would like to see if there is a scope of improvement, there is a scope of development, so automatically that helps you to attract more foreign investments, or say the savings of foreign countries. Okay, so another point probably I think I haven't mentioned here. Okay, so it helps us to manage uh, a good relationship among the countries in which we have these banks. Okay, so these are the systems for having a foreign banks established would create a good relationship among the countries with the host and branch countries. So there are certain criteria